Imagine for a moment you're standing in a place where everything feels crystal clear, and yet, in the midst of this clarity, there's something waiting to be discovered. A small shift in how you think, a slight twist in the way you've always seen things, that opens up an entirely new world for you. You see, every situation we encounter, every emotion we feel, and every reaction we have, it's an opportunity for transformation. And that transformation starts with how you perceive cause and effect. Now let's step into the world where time, space, and experience seem to bend and reshape themselves. Think of a moment in the past, a moment when you felt angry. You might be tempted to say, "I'm angry," because of what they did to me. A simple statement, right? But what if, just for a moment, you allowed yourself to explore a different possibility? What if you realized the anger you felt, the intensity of those emotions, wasn't simply caused by another's actions? No. It's much more than that. And so, as you allow that thought to begin to settle, just like a wave softly lapping at the shore, you begin to realize what you felt, what you experienced, might actually have been triggered rather than caused. It's subtle, isn't it? That tiny shift between cause and trigger. It changes everything. Now, let's see this from a new angle. What if I told you you have the ability to choose how you react to any situation? Instead of feeling like a victim of someone else's behavior, you could recognize your response is in fact within your power to control. The moment you notice what triggered you, you can step back and ask yourself, what else could this mean? Or even better, what other opinions do I have for how I could respond? And notice how that feels. Just by shifting your perception, you begin to see there's no need to assign blame. Instead, you open up a space where you can choose new responses, more empowering choices that give you freedom. What if your emotions, the ones that sometimes seem out of control, they're actually responses to your own interpretations? And once you understand the trigger, it becomes just a doorway, one you can step through and move past, leaving behind the need for a reaction you no longer wish to have. Isn't that an exciting possibility? As you explore this, you might begin to realize the way you view situations has been entirely flexible all along. And with that awareness, a sense of calm begins to settle in. Because now you have the tools, the skills, to respond in ways that are more aligned with what you want to be. You begin to wonder, what if my thoughts don't need to be reactions at all? And just like that, you discover you can respond consciously, deliberately, and powerfully. You might even feel a sense of curiosity rising up within you. And curiosity is a wonderful thing, isn't it? It opens doors, allowing you to consider possibilities you might never have entertained before. You might begin to wonder, what else is possible? And as you do, you open up new ways of experiencing the world, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Each time you catch yourself assigning cause, you pause, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what if this were a trigger instead? And in that pause, you create a space of freedom. You begin to understand at a deeper level that how you feel is not the result of someone else's actions, but your response to the way you interpret those actions. Isn't it interesting that just by shifting that little piece of your thinking, you now have more control than you ever imagined? You no longer need to be at the mercy of a situation. No longer must you be defined by your past reactions. Instead, you're free to move forward with a greater sense of choice, a deeper understanding of your own power. And now perhaps you begin to realize you can invite change, not just for yourself, but for everyone you interact with. That by changing your own perspective on cause and effect, You may very well inspire others to shift their thinking too. Perhaps you begin to wonder, how many moments in your life have been waiting for you to discover this simple yet profound truth? That you've always had the ability to choose how you respond, to interpret events in a way that empowers you. And with each passing moment, this realization begins to settle even deeper, where your mind and body work in harmony, guiding you towards new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, new ways of being. You see, the future, it's not set in stone. It's an unfolding process, and each choice you make shapes that unfolding. So imagine, just for a moment, all the possibilities you now have, the freedom to choose your emotional responses, the power to see triggers not as causes, but as opportunities for growth. And as you take these moments of choice and awareness, you begin to feel an increasing sense of empowerment, of freedom, knowing no matter what happens, you're the one who holds the key to your own experience. It's all within you, isn't it?